Stop what you're doing. Stop in the name of love. Stop in the name of laughter. Stop in the name of letting it go and exhaling. Boy, do we need that. My name is Barbara Ann Michaels, Reverend Barbara Ann Michaels, Jester of the Peace, and welcome to House of Holy Humor. This is our very first service. This is the beginning, which technically is also an ending, which is also a beginning. So, this is the beginning, which is also an ending, which is also the beginning, and so we begin. And so we begin. Let's go. Let us play. At House of Holy Humor, every day is a holiday. Every single day. A holiday to take an emotional stretch, a holiday to be brave. Look, January 1st, people join gyms all in droves, all on the same day. There's a line out the door. December 31st, there's no gyms within 1,000 miles. Somehow all these gyms got built overnight on New Year's Eve. How did that happen? So because we use holidays to make emotional stretches, let's just have every day be a holiday. Holiday plus daily, holidaily. And the holiday today is I love you first day. I love you, and I said it first. There are so many people in our lives that we may not have said I love you to, and we love them. Kind of like this. Could it be a friend? Could it be a colleague at work who's really become a friend? Could it be a family member? Today is the day. Hey, Wonder Woman? Yeah, it's I love you first day. Well, I'm going to say I love you to reindeer because I never have. And reindeer's really become a close friend. Hey, reindeer. Yeah. Hey, I love you. Oh, wow, that feels amazing. I love you too. Whoa, that does feel amazing. Hey, I love you, I love you. Oh. Hey, reindeer, who could you say I love you to? Hey, Jester of the Peace. Hey, what? Hey, you know how we both have red noses? Yeah. Hey, you know how we're both funny? Yeah. Hey, you know how we both have brown hair? Yeah. I love you. Really? Yeah, I love you. Well, I love you. Oh, hey, thanks. Hey, that feels really wonderful. Oh, who could you say I love you to? I know. I could say I love you to everyone here. I love you. Happy I love you first day. Go out today and think about who, feel about. If we think about it, it'll just stay in our head. Feel about who haven't I said I love you to? Let's find out. Mwah! I love you. House of Holy Humor is a congregation for art, for love, and for humor. Whenever I feel personally disconnected, overrun, distraught, distressed, lost, alone, whatever it might be, every time I turn to art, to love, and to humor, I feel reconnected again. So here's a whole congregation for it, House of Holy Humor. And when I feel particularly unsettled, I know that I'm over it because I'm laughing with the situation. So in lieu of a spiritual text, which is basically a storybook that every faith has, since we're not a religion, we're a creativity organization to address the mystery of life, what we do have is stories. We have stories from people all over the world talking about what was hard then that's funny now. Hard then, funny now. That's how we know we healed. It's funny now. So today, because it's good to start with ourselves, I'm going to start with myself. New Jersey. whatever it was. I'm in 4th grade, about 10 years old-ish. And I am the principal of the 2nd violin section, which means that the whole 2nd violin section is before me. There's the conductor, and on the other side is the 1st violin section, full of kids older than me playing the violin with more esteemed skill. And I'm playing my violin, and I'm looking at those 1st violin players to improve my skill, to become a better violin player, to be a virtuoso in my 10-year-old chair. That's not true. There's boys over there. I'm looking at the boys. There's also girls over there, but I'm 10, and I'm like, So I'm playing my violin, playing my violin, playing my violin, leaning over, leaning over, leaning over, leaning over. I fall on the floor. My violin smashes, it shatters on the floor. My ego smashes, it shatters on the floor. The person sitting next to me looks over. My chair isn't even there. There's an empty space where Barbara used to be playing the first violin of the second violin section. So there I am on the floor. My violin is broken. My ego is really busted. I'm, of course, completely fine, but I'm so embarrassed. So I do what anyone would do in this situation. I start to cry because I'm embarrassed and I fell on the floor and my violin is broken and oh my goodness, this is terrible. And if I'm crying, then the conductor has to run off the stage and scoop me up and take me to the nurse. Goodbye. So now here I am, laying by myself on a couch, a kind of leathery, cool, not particularly comfortable, but institutionally acceptable couch in the nurse's office, pondering my existence. I'm fine. I broke my violin. I broke my ego. I'm so embarrassed. And I actually don't know what to do because eventually I have to leave the room, but I'm totally fine the whole time. So how does a person who's totally fine, who fell on the floor because I literally fell in love with several people at once, how do I know when it's okay to leave the room? How do I know when I'm fine, considering that I'm already completely fine? It's very funny to me now, as I have continued to fall and scrape my knee in love over the years as an adult person, as maybe some of you also have. So eventually I do leave the room because I have to eventually. I can't stay there overnight, and I'm obviously not going to the hospital because I'm fine. And I go to the same school between kindergarten and 12th grade for my entire career, from 4th grade to 12th grade. Every once in a while, hey, remember when you fell off the stage? Hey, remember when you fell off the stage? Remember when Yep, I remember when I fell off the stage. I remember when I fell in love, or I fell into the awareness of love, or I fell into liking. I think what I really did is fall into liking. So it's very funny to me now. Even when I go to high school reunions, sometimes people are like, remember when you fell off the stage? Yeah. And interestingly, love and falling in love and the turmoil around falling in love has been a part of my career since that time and continues to be so. So it's funny now. It's funny now. Have you ever faked an injury? Faked an injury to get out of an embarrassing situation? And it's funny now. Have you ever had an accident, a ridiculous accident for a ridiculous reason? And it's funny now. Have you ever been perfectly fine and had to pretend you're not to get out of a jam? And it's funny now. What do you have that's funny now? Ta-da! Here's a moment of silence for all the things that are too soon. Eventually, everything that hurts finds hope. Eventually, everything that hurts finds humor. It may not be in our generation. It might be future generations that find the funny in it. And everything that hurts needs to heal. And the way that we know we healed is that something along the journey, not the original thing, but something has become funny. Until then, everything else is too soon. It's too soon to laugh. In some cases, it's even too soon to cry because we're still in a state of shock. So here is a moment of silence for all the things in our lives, whether we're wincing through it, whether it's almost funny, but we're not quite there yet. We tell the story, we still get a tear in our eye, whatever it might be. Here's for the things that are too soon. Take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out. Ah, if it happened this morning, shake it out. If it happened last week, shake it out. If it happened 25 years ago, shake it out. If If you don't want to say anything, but you know you have to, shake it out. If you're ready to say something and you're scared, shake it out. If it keeps you up at night, shake it out. If you fall asleep during the day over it, shake it out. If when you're having a conversation with someone and you look like you're paying perfect attention, but really in the back of your mind, you can't concentrate at all, shake it out. If it interrupts your thoughts, shake it out. If you're afraid of it happening and it's never going to happen, shake it out. If it happened when you were a kid, shake it out. If it happened to your friends, shake it out. If it happened to your neighbor, shake it out. If it happened to your whole neighborhood, shake it out. If you're ready for it never to happen again, shake it out. If you're ready to stop doing it, shake it out. If you're ready for someone else to stop doing it, shake it out. Shake it out. Every time we gather together at House of Holy Humor, we're sharing a resource to feel good. Did you know that laughter and humor actually don't need to be in the same spot? So House of Holy Humor is for art, for love, for humor. And laughter yoga, you can find out more at laughteryoga.org, is an ancient practice of simply making laughter sounds until they turn into rolling laughter. The worldwide movement was spurred along by Dr. Kataria, laughteryoga.org, and here's one of the ways that it goes. Ha! Ha ha! You don't need a trampoline, but I think it's funnier to be on one. Ha! Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! The ability to crack oneself up is highly medicinal. Mwah! Woo! Laughteryoga.org. People all over the world are upset. People are upset in every language about so many conceivable things. House of Holy Humor brings people back together with the spirit of art, the spirit of love, the spirit of humor. We put humor, art, and love back in the medicine cabinet, and you can donate to the programs of House of Holy Humor at houseofholyhumor.com. houseofholyhumor.com. Thank you. So that's the end, which also technically, because life goes in cycles, is also the beginning. And so this is the beginning that's actually the end, which is actually the beginning. This is the ending that's actually a beginning, that's actually the end, but also begins something new. What we're taking forward, what we explored, what we opened up, what we let go, what we laughed about. This is the end, which is also the beginning. Bye, hi, bye, hi. See you at House of Holy Humor next time. Goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello. Life goes in circles. Goodbye, hello, goodbye, hello. Life goes in circles. We'll circle back, we'll circle back. Bye, hi, bye, hi, bye, hi.